Hi, thank you for joining us for a virtual tour of the UW Green Bay Sheboygan campus. My name is Jenny Strom. I am the admissions counselor for high schools in the Sheboygan area. So I talk to all students who are interested in attending our campus. I am also going to be the person walking you through the tour today. You don't have to look at me the whole time, just wanted to introduce myself. So Sheboygan is one of 4 campuses that make up UW Green Bay now. It's one university with 4 locations, so students on our Sheboygan campus are UW Green Bay students. One of the advantages to starting on the Sheboygan campus is that you can stay closer to home. You can start your education at a lower price and still get the same quality classes and education that you'd be getting on our Green Bay campus or at any college throughout the state. So you are looking right now at an aerial view of our campus. We're going to move to a little bit of the blueprint. So you'll notice we have 2 parking lots. Parking is free for students. We don't sell parking spaces. I don't know that we've ever run out of parking spaces, so there's plenty of area. We do have 8 buildings that comprise our campus. The funny thing is, 6 of those 8 buildings are all interconnected. So you feel like it's just one huge building, but we are going to go through all 6 parts. We are located near Lake Michigan. We do have 70 acres of land, but as you can see, the buildings are all close together. You can get from one end of campus to the other in 5 minutes if you walk at a reasonable pace. So we're going to virtually walk through some of the highlights, and hopefully this can tide you over until you can visit our campus in person. If you come in the main entrance, the first thing you're going to see is the Acuity Technology Center. So the center has a few computer labs, so students do not have to have their own computer. We do have computers for students to use. We also have Wi-Fi available. So if students do have their own laptop or Surface or iPad or what have you, all they need are their UW Green Bay login credentials to access internet, to access printing, if they don't have it at home or if they don't want to use home. We also have a library that is full of resources for students. We have articles, we have books, we have a full-time librarian whose job it is to help students figure out writing research papers, citing works in their papers, figuring out how they're supposed to do footnotes, all that stuff that's not immediate knowledge for most people. Our librarians love to help our students figure that out. You'll also see our library seems a little on the small side. We are connected to all of the UW system libraries, so students aren't limited by what we physically have on hand. We can get articles and books from anywhere in the UW system for sure, and from many places that are outside of our system. We just have to know that a student wants them. So again, our librarian is there to help. We also have a beautiful view out the windows. The next thing you're going to come to when you come in our main building, you'll go up a staircase and you'll reach our student services office. It's obviously a good-looking crew. These are the people who live to help you. We have an information specialist, we have academic advisors, we have a student life coordinator who also oversees all our clubs. They're all located in the student services office. This is going to be the first place to come with almost any question you have. If you have questions about billing, tuition, financial aid, things happening in student life, scholarships, registering for classes, disability services, veteran services, all of that is pretty much housed in this relatively small office. We can answer, I would say, 98% of questions, and the ones we can't answer, we can absolutely get you to the person who can answer those questions. We're in building 2 technically now. So we have a newly renovated student activities hub, a room where all of our clubs and organizations on campus can be in one place. One of the best things about the Sheboygan campus is the sense of community, not only of the campus community, but also of belonging to the larger Sheboygan community. So we do have about 19 different organizations and clubs currently on campus. Some are specific to a major, some are focused on volunteering and community service, and some are just for fun. The nice thing about a smaller campus is that if we don't have a club that you're interested in, it is pretty easy to form one, to make one, to contact the right people to figure out what to do. We can help with that. We also have intramural sports. So those are sports you play with and against other students who are from campus. So they're mostly just for fun, giving you an opportunity to meet other people, get active for a little bit of time. We usually choose some fun sports. So we do flag football, dodgeball, volleyball, basketball. We are open to other things students are interested in, but it is a great way to meet some other students. You can either come with a team already assembled, or you can come in as a free agent and we'll hook you up with some new people and you can make some new best friends. We also house continuing education courses. So those can be courses for middle school students or high school students who want to learn about a particular thing, like coding on computers. We have a middle school girls STEM event that's housed on campus through continuing education. There are also courses for grown-ups who aren't necessarily looking for college credit, but who are looking to get information about a specific area. So we have those on campus as well. It's not just students who are seeking their college degree who are on our campus. Moving into building 3, we have a lot of classrooms. So a lot of classes take place. We also have our Student Success Center. So this is a centralized place that students can go to get help with their classes. We have student tutors. We always have them in English and math. We can get them in other subjects. If you're struggling in a biology class or an economics class, do you have a coordinator of that area that you can work with? Our student tutors all have to have gotten at least a B or better in the class that they're tutoring, and chances are really good that they've had the professor you have, so they know how that professor likes papers or how they like you to show their work. You don't have to be struggling to see a tutor. You could just want to do your homework next to someone who, if you have questions, they're available. You do not have to pay for tutoring, but we do pay our tutors. So if you're really good in a subject and you don't mind helping other people, it's a nice way to make some extra money. We also have BrainFuse, which is an online kind of on-demand help if you need some help tutoring in an area. Moving into building number 4, we're going to the Commons. When you see it in person, you can see it kind of in the middle on the bottom there. There's a beautiful glass window that looks out over trees, over just beautiful untouched land. So it's a wonderful place to come study, to just meet up with friends in between classes, to get together with a group. If you're going to be a little bit noisier and you don't want to be in the library, it's a great place to go. We also have a charging station that was donated by the campus ROTC program. So if you forgot your charger at home and your phone needs a little juice, you can do that. We have a pool table that students can use. There are some vending machines. And we also have video game systems available for students to use. It's really a great place to go if you want to be by other humans who are also enjoying the campus. Just through the Commons, you're going to reach building number 5, where a lot of our faculty offices are. So faculty on the Sheboygan campus are amazing, in a word. 100% of our full-time faculty hold the highest degree in their field, which is often a PhD. So they know their stuff. And as a student on our campus, you're looking at a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of about 16 students. What that means for you is that you are going to know your professors. They're going to know your name. They're going to know when you're in class and when you're not in class. They're going to know if you've struggled on something. They're going to know if you're very interested in the subject that they're teaching, and they can help connect you to a network of people who could help you, or interesting ideas or ways to further research. We do have student tutoring, but our faculty members are accessible and they come teach at our campus because they want to teach students. We do have Dr. James Cabral. He is one of our chemistry professors. He received the 2019 Underkoffler Award for teaching. He loves pseudoscience, and he takes his students learning beyond just foundational chemistry and into the realm of critical thinking. He wants to make it a point that all of his students learn how to discern scientific facts from fads that are in the media in order to better recognize lifestyle changes that'll actually do what they claim to do. We also have another Underkoffler Award recipient, Valerie Morenas-Pilmer. I probably just massacred her name. I apologize. She's one of our professors of English composition and women's and gender studies. She presented at the 2019 4W Summit in Madison. The 4W Summit is an annual conference on women, gender, and well-being that pulls experts from their field to share best practices in empowerment. We also have Dr. Christy Talbot featured on this slide. She is a Harvard-educated music theory and history professor who strives to help our students discover the ways in which music can stimulate brain function and why apps that are meant to do the same may not be a solution after all. So your faculty are invested in you as a student on this campus, which is amazing. Through Building 5, we're going to get to Building 6, which is our Brock Science Building. This building actually has a name as opposed to the other ones, which are mainly just numbered. But students on our campus don't just sit in lectures and take notes. Because we're a smaller campus, because your class sizes are a little smaller, you're going to get a lot of hands-on opportunities to do things. So we do have science lab on campus. Building 6 is essentially our science building. So you have biology, you have chemistry, we have new engineering labs that have state-of-the-art equipment for both mechanical and electrical engineering. We do have a rocket club on campus that competes in a couple different competitions. We do have a NASA grant. We're part of the NASA consortium. So we have students who are building actual payloads that go into space and then doing some of the research on what comes back. We do have a cadaver lab for our biology-minded students who are thinking about possibly going into the medical field. So we do have all that on our relatively small campus. We're now heading to the first building that we would have to go outside to reach. So if it's cold or if it's really hot or if it's snowy or rainy, now is the time that you'd be putting on your protective gear. For our intents and purposes here, just sit back. We are going over to our theater building. So the Sheboygan campus is very big in the arts. And arts on our campus allow our students to really intertwine with community members. We have courses in acting, we have courses in music, both vocal and instrumental. Students can participate in the Sheboygan Theater Company productions. They can also receive music credit for being part of a musical ensemble. Again, whether it's vocal or instrumental, we have those options for students, and you do not have to be a theater or music major to partake in those. You can just be interested in singing in a choir while you pursue your business degree, and you're going to get credit for that. And that's just pretty awesome. In our theater, we also have a fine arts gallery. So the gallery on campus is open to the public, both for art submissions and also for viewing. We have artists from campus, so some of our students. We have artists from the city, and we have some traveling displays that have receptions and gallery installments throughout the year. We do have some students who do full installments, and as a freshman or sophomore, getting that exposure and that opportunity is pretty amazing. We also have a sculpture garden on campus. It's in between the main building and the arts building. We have some very interesting things out there. So if it is a nice day when you're coming to visit campus, it is definitely worth taking a stroll between those buildings to see what students have created and what we've memorialized there. Now, leaving our arts, which again, you do not have to be an art student to take art classes on campus, and no matter what your degree is, you're going to need at least one fine arts class, typically 3 credits. We are going to move over to our gymnasium, our physical education building. We do offer campus athletics. So our mascot is the Wombat on the Sheboygan campus. This is competitive athletics. So over and above, beyond intramurals, where you're just meeting for like an hour over lunch to play, these teams have practices. They travel to games throughout the state because our conference is limited to branch locations throughout the state of Wisconsin. So you do travel, you do practice. It is more competitive. We always have men's basketball, women's volleyball, co-ed golf, and men's and women's tennis. You do not have to have played these sports in high school to participate in them with us. You could have, in which case we'd really love for you to play for us. It could be your first time thinking, oh man, I've always kind of liked volleyball. I want to go out. We're a small school. Our teams are small. You're going to get a chance to play, to meet other students, to have fun. I will say that our men's basketball team was the conference champion this year, which is pretty amazing because it is competitive. If you are interested in playing sports on the Sheboygan campus, you are welcome to reach out to our athletic director, Penny Maletsky, for more information. We would love to have you, and if playing isn't what you like to do, we are always happy to have our students cheering in the bleachers, cheering on the sidelines, cheering wherever that sport may have people cheering, but also getting paid to do some of the line judging, scoreboard. So it's a place that students can get student employment on campus as well. We hope that you've enjoyed this virtual tour. I strongly urge you to come and see our campus in person. If you've already fallen in love with it, you're just going to fall more in love with it when you see it. If you haven't, I almost guarantee that when you come and you meet the faculty, the staff, our current students who are here, you're going to see the passion that they have for helping our students get where they want to go. We'd love to schedule a one-on-one visit. I would love to meet with you, as would anybody else in our student services office. We do have a number of ways that we can set up meetings with you. You can also follow us on social media. We have a Facebook page, we have a Twitter page, we have Instagram. If you want to see what our current students are doing at any given time, those are great places to look. So thank you so much for bearing with me on this virtual tour. I hope that I get to meet you in person, and please let us know if there's anything we can do for you.